Many human beings say that they enjoy the winter, but what they really enjoy is feeling proof against it. For them, there is no winter food problem. They have fires and warm clothes. The winter cannot hurt them and therefore increases their sense of cleverness and security. For birds and animals, as for poor men, winter is another matter. Rabbits, like most wild animals, suffer hardship.
Out here in the PNW, we've received about 3 or 4 feet of snow and a few days of rains. We have what we call a wintry mix of bullshit underfoot everywhere. There is not enough snow, not enough good snow to really ski, and a little bit too much snow to snowshoe and camp and climb. We want to set a base camp up, a nice hot tent base camp to face the weather, and hopefully wait for the right window to climb a new peak I haven't been up to.
The logging road itself is easy, but once we leave the path and start breaking trail, things do not go as we expect.
Even with these longer snowshoes, I'm just dropping in knee deep every single time with this 100-liter backpack. Really tough travel conditions here. Don't forget your powder baskets, kids.
The 100-liter pack I carry weighs me down, post-holing me through the unconsolidated snow. We got to the proposed location for a base camp. Instead of choosing a place that was wind protected and dead calm in the trees, I made the deliberate decision to choose a place with a beautiful vista. This camp is going to be a lot more exposed to wind and snow buildup.
I'm choosing this spot as my base camp. I was hoping to get a little bit further in on my hike and climb. A little bit of assistance moving in from the sea to the pass here. I was hoping to get up that mountain. This evening didn't happen. Maybe tomorrow morning, if the weather is still good and the avalanche conditions are still favorable. In the meantime, I have to set up a hot tent base camp here in the mountains. If it works out, it's gonna be a very comfortable night. Within my sil nylon, I'm gonna be able to tame the winter. This winter base camp is gonna go with this flat spot. The good thing about winter camping is I can camp anywhere. Right now, we are actually over a marsh, but you wouldn't know it because the snow coverage is keeping us out of the muck. So I have to prepare this platform and get my hot tent set up. I have to stomp out this platform. If we just lay straight onto this raw snow without work hardening, without packing it down, I'm just gonna make a big human-shaped dimple and really mess this tent platform up. Okay, it's an air pocket. Gotta fill that up. This is still new snow from the last 4 days. It hasn't really bonded to itself. So there's different layers. There's more sun crusty, rain crusty stuff on top. There's some melty muck down below and air. So that's why I can just punch in randomly. But if I can stomp it all, it will become the same consistency and I can get a good night's sleep.
This camp is going to be a lot more exposed to wind and snow buildup. The snow is very mushy, so I use larger snow stakes. I reinforce that with more snow. I pack snow around the skirts and anchors. This is a titanium goat hot tent. The company is now years defunct. The owner passed away before the pandemic. At one time, this was the Cat's Meow hot tent. The stove is also made by Titanium Goat. It's a breakdown, 8.5 by 11 inch, tiny, lightweight titanium stove that was designed for this tent. These tents are often used by backcountry hunters, ski mountaineers, and other winter travelers who pack in far and expect foul weather. The stove melds modern technology, state-of-the-art materials like titanium, carbon fiber, with humanity's most ancient tool and ally, fire. Easy to assemble, smaller than a ream of paper, and with one simple Phillips head, assembled and put together. Surprisingly, it's the easier part of pitching this tent. It is a nice stove jack. So when the pipe comes through, it keeps the hot gases and hot metal away from the very fragile sil nylon. There's a certain delight to be in a hot tent when you know others out there suffer in cold, damp mountaineering tents.
Let's get some wood. Even if there wasn't any avalanche danger, none of this snow down here is supporting a person's weight, even with snowshoes on. We're never making it up that mountain.
I am selective about finding and choosing the most dry wood. It's almost impossible to find in these conditions. I find the driest wood by tapping and carefully selecting and slicing, just going deep enough to find a dry core. As long as it's mostly dry in the center, the wood can be used as stove fuel.
Dryer.
Fire has always been humanity's way to extend his range, to increase humanity's chance of survival in harsh conditions. The ability to master fire and use it at one's will and harness it to our advantage. Sleeping right next to a wood-burning stove is a bit dangerous. It's easy to burn my sleeping bag and myself. It's also possible to fill the tent with carbon monoxide, so I make sure to leave a little bit of ventilation going while I sleep. This is why hot tents are one of the best winter shelter systems ever created. When the weather turns ugly, this turns the mountains into home. When you go off-grid for long enough, the bright screens all eventually go black. We look into the fire, like those cold stars above. Within these red coals opens a portal to a time unchanged, linking us all to a shared past.
Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. It didn't actually end the way I thought it would. We kind of got bogged down by this mushy snow. We still get the base camp set up. We had a wonderful camp together. I want to thank the patrons of Patreon for supporting niche content like this, whether it be scouting or shooting or hunting. If you can't be a member, please like, subscribe, hit that bell. I'm Don on the Scout.